Welcome to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX podcast network, where the conversation never ends. I'm reminding you, as my devoted listeners, that education is in my DNA. Now, I'm a parent. I'm a baby boomer, and I know there's many parents out there who are baby boomers or you are in generations after me. Maybe you're in generations before me. But there's something that I read about and I had to do some research on it. And what it was about, the article in USA Today was about aura, AURA, and CLIP farming. And I'm like, huh? What what is all of that about? So if you think of the word aura, I've got this hat on, right? And it does say Black Mom Magic. And it is something that could emit some type of aura, letting people know that I rock because I'm a Black mom and other Black moms rock. And you can be a white mom, you can be a Latina mom, you can be any mom, Indian mom, it doesn't matter, Pakistani, doesn't matter. Do you rock? So that's here and dear to my heart, especially at this recording. We're at the beginning of March, which is Women's History Month. So let's go back and let's talk about our children. Many of you are parents to Gen Z folks who are aged 14 to 29. Some of you are parents to alpha children who are 0 to 14. All right. And so apparently, this phenomena, we may call it in research, or this thing that is happening on social media is called aura and clip farming. Aura having to do with positivity. People sometimes refer to angels. If they're in their presence, they will use the word, there's an aura about them. If you're around people that you enjoy, you're attracted to what they say and how they are presenting themselves, there's something that attracts you to them. So apparently, in social media, people are trying to find that person, that it person who has aura, and they probably have hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of followers. And as a result, they're probably posting on a regular basis. So, what is this slang that's being used by Gen Zs and Gen Alphas? And why is it so important? And why is it important to you as a parent and to me as a person who's involved in education? Well, what has been discovered, and again, I'm referencing a USA Today article in the month of February of 2026, um, it could cause our children to be on the internet longer than they should be as they're swiping and swiping and swiping to review and see anything that's being posted that attracts them, and that person on the other end has this aura. That could be a sports figure, it could be someone who's in Hollywood in movies, it could be any person that has popularity based upon their topic, based upon what they're doing. It really doesn't matter. So it's a new trend. Teenagers and those in their early 20s are spending a lot of time in, or on, I should say, social media, and they are looking for sometimes what we in my generation would say the next big thing. And then they're talking about it, they're reposting it among their followers or their friends on social media. it has caused our society to really be different in terms of looking and hunting and tracking down this aura so that they can comment about it or they can be in the know. I remember years ago there were television shows that were on that we weren't allowed to watch, we as teenagers. And at school, the kids would be talking about it, and I come home and I'd say, "Ma, can we watch?" And she's like, "No, I don't like the subject matter. I don't like what they're saying." That was television. Now, mom, dad, grandma, granddad, aunt, uncle, godparent, um, things around social media. I pause because we really need to think about what our children have access to and who they have access to. So that's the aura framing. Now, let me talk about clip framing. Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, again, we're talking zero, yeah, age zero up to roughly 29, are also creating clips so that they can get followers, comments, people sharing the clips, liking the clips, whatever it may be, so that they eventually can be considered an aura. Yeah. Social media is driving so much in terms of the behaviors of our children. Think about it. Recently, there was someone who was convicted of telling someone to commit suicide. And that person had been in exchange with the individual. And as a result, that individual did commit suicide. Think about the subject matter and the topics that are talked about. I myself would love to do clip framing to be able to teach about new things or new trends related to IT, new trends related to what's happening in fashion, what's happening in healthy eating, what's happening in all kinds of things. And yeah, I go to Instagram. I have not visited TikTok, but my daughters are trying to pull me into that. But those are clips that may be no more than, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes, letting you know what's the best food to buy, what's the best sneaker to do for walking. I mean, there's all kinds of clips that are out there, as well as on Facebook as well. So when we talk about clip farming, many of the Gen Zs, I should say Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, are creating clips so that whatever they're talking about, and it could be something crazy, it could be something simple, it doesn't matter, but they want to be considered cool among their peers. And that coolness obviously resonates, builds their self esteem, builds their confidence. And so, my appeal to you, parents, is to help your child to build esteem and self esteem and confidence in real time type activities, whether it's sports, whether it's some type of performing art, whether it's instruments, whether it's being involved in some type of community organization, whatever it may be. Help your child to develop relationships that are in person and not necessarily virtual or on social media. We want them to become social beings, not by way of social media, but by way of actual contact, person to person. Phew, beware, okay? It may be something that they become so trapped into that it's hard to disconnect. So, next time you have that conversation with your child about their screen time, I would encourage you to use these two terms, aura and clip. And what is it they can tell you? Listen to what they say about the topic. Have been listening to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX podcast network, where the conversation never ends. Question: will you have that conversation with your child within the next 48 hours of viewing this podcast?